right. Welcome back, sister. We are joined by Lindsay Schloss. If you caught our last episode, we were talking about busyness to fullness. We were talking about living intentional lives and how we live in a world of busyness, right? There's so much coming at us, and we can be on autopilot and just be swept away by the busyness, or we can be intentional and really decide, what does a full life look like for me? And Lindsay is the CEO of HopeAnchor Crew, and she's created an entire curriculum around the full healthy life. And so she's going to talk to us about just practical applications on what does it look like to live a full healthy life. So thank you for joining us again.
Yeah.
And take it away.
All right. Oh, I love this topic. I could probably talk for like 4 hours about this topic just because I'm so passionate about it. And I've had so many seasons of my life where I've really done well. And then other areas and times I was like, oh, nope, missed the mark there.
Haven't we all?
Yes, but that's why I love this curriculum, and that's why I love this topic, is because it's works in progress.
Yeah.
One step at a time. It's so good. But I want to start with this verse because people often are like, what full balanced life? I don't get it. Help me understand. And I don't want to go by the world's definition. I want to go by God's definition. Like, what does this look like for God? And we talked about living that full balanced life. It's that John 10:10, I've come that they may have abundant life. And the word abundant. And I did a deep dive on the word abundant versus fullness and like the Greek meaning. It's so cool because there's so much depth to these words, and you do the translation to understand. I'm such a like geek out when I like word studies and biblical studies and all the things. It's really cool to learn. But in Matthew 11, it talks about, I pray that out of his glorious riches, he may strengthen you in the power through his spirit in your innermost being, that's your soul, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I pray that you may be rooted and established in love, rooted, grounded, right? We may have the power together with all the Lord's holy people to grasp, so to understand and comprehend how wide, how long, how high, how deep that his love is, right? And to know this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all fullness of God. Filled to the measure of all fullness. That's deep. Filled to the measure. So God's like, I have a measure, and I want you to live this full, abundant life that I have for you. But it takes intentionality, and it takes disciplines, and if you're like me and you hear the word discipline or disciplines, you want to go, gross. I don't want to be disciplined. I don't want to live a life like that, because that stresses me out. And I myself have gone through so many different phases of like this goal setting curriculum, because we kind of have a goal setting action plan, but now we're kind of calling it rhythms. And so for me, it's like, I just want to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. Those tiny little incremental improvements. So it'll be great growth over time, right? I think that was a John Maxwell quote. Like, if I'm a little better today, God, like, let me just grow today, be better. Let me steward this life a little bit better than I did yesterday. Now, is there going to be hills and valleys? 100%, sister. Like, you will have valleys. You will have mountaintops. Off topic real quick. There's a song. It's like the flower song. Remember? I played it for you. It's like this flower song where it says, in the valleys is where I'm planting seeds and where I'm going to grow the flowers. And I was like, yes, Lord. Like, and I just had some valleys recently. I mean, I've had valleys on and off for 10 years. That's life, right? Yeah. And like in those valleys, in those challenging times, that's where God will grow the beauty and the flowers and stretch me and grow me. And I've seen that and God's been so faithful for 20 years since I started walking with him in college. So it's cool to see. But it's that fullness of God. It's that I want that life, but how do we get there?
Yeah.
And I think this integration part is where so many people miss it.
Okay.
They hear this.
Yep.
Okay, I want this.
How do I do this? That's what I want to know. Tell me, how do I do this? Like, hold my hand through this.
Yes. So I will say,
talk to me like I'm 5.
Yes. It is. I think it is as simple as, what are the daily rhythms, weekly rhythms, monthly rhythms in each of the areas I need to focus on, right? Like, and I need to be intentional to cultivate those.
And I think it would be worth it for you to kind of review your life wheel.
Yeah.
I think that would be really helpful.
Yes.
Of like, what are they and how do you do it? And what do you rank it? And maybe we can even include that worksheet as an attachment. Maybe you can send that over to our team.
The wheel and the,
that would be awesome. Just like a quick walkthrough of it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Yes. Here we go.
So we have 10 areas of life. So we kind of segmented them off. And these 10 areas we feel like really truly encompass a full balanced life, but everyone's different. So if you are not married, you can ignore that one, right? If you don't ever feel like you just have to fill the space. Do what you want to do, what you need to do. It's not about, I have to fill in every blank. I have to do all the things all the right way. But these are the 10 areas. So we have personal growth and balance, emotional, mental health, leisure and rest, spiritual growth and philanthropy, home and family, friends and community, physical health and fitness, career, education and purpose, finances and lifestyle, and then romantic relationships and marriage. So those are kind of the 10 categories of life per se. So what we do in our curriculum is we assess our current level of functioning in each of those 10 areas. So assess 1 through 10, 10 being you're perfect, you're killing it. There's nothing you could do better in this area. I don't know if I've ever had a 10 in any area.
I'm sure I have. I'm just kidding.
And then 1 is like, you're doing nothing right. I don't think anyone should have a 1 on anything either.
Yeah.
So
sure,
assess your current level of functioning in each of the areas. And then what are simple rhythms, simple little things you can integrate.
Habits,
habits,
things I can do.
Disciplines,
action
steps, whatever you want to call it, right? This isn't a big vision. This is small daily disciplines to work on something. And you can identify, okay, what are the 2 lowest areas? And then pick 2 disciplines to do for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and then reassess.
That's cool.
So we think it is very important to constantly reassess because different seasons of life, we have different seasons and we have different needs and different strengths and weaknesses in different seasons of life. So it's so important to like this season. When we were assessing, I was like, this is so different than it was 2 months ago for me. This is so different than 7 months ago. So it's really important to kind of always reassess. And I like to do it by quarters or by month, however you like to do it. And then just take an action step. I have this in my mirror in my bathroom. And so I see it every time I'm brushing my teeth.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, because I brush my teeth every day, twice a day. And so I can stare at that and say, okay, how am I? And I also have it in my planner. And that's where
intentionality.
Yes.
You know, it's like right in front of you. It's systematic. It's there.
It's in my calendar. So I see it every day. It's in my office. So I see it. If I'm in my office, it's in my bathroom. So I see it's in my bathroom. So these aren't goals. This is just little daily disciplines that I want to incorporate and grow in. So for instance, one time I was dehydrated. I went to the doctor and something was wrong with me. And he was like, you're dehydrated, drink water. And I was like, I drink a lot of coffee. Isn't that water kind of? And he was like, no,
that has
you
the
need
opposite
to drink
effect.
lots of water. It's like the very opposite of water. He's like, you need to drink 2 of these a day. And I was like, what? And I was probably drinking this much a day. And so my daily discipline for that semester was carry a water bottle with me everywhere I go. And in the last 5 years, have you ever seen me without a water bottle? Rarely ever. Like I take it everywhere I go. If it's not with me, it's in my car. Right? And so I've created the daily discipline of just drinking water. That was my one action step for one semester for physical health and wellness. And I just created a discipline, a habit. To carry water. And now I'm fully hydrated.
And now it's part of who you are, right? Because once you do it for, 21 days? Some people say it's 21 days to form a habit. 30. Some people say 30. Some people say 60. But when you're doing it very consistently, it just kind of becomes normal.
And now I have a new goal for physical health because I've already kind of mastered that one, right? Like this is already part of my daily life. I don't need to add, and I'm going to be intentional about it. I already do it. Right.
It's almost like instead of taking the autopilots of life and making them create chaos, you get intentional. You create your new autopilots that are in alignment with the full life you feel it's to live.
And in alignment, and in alignment with your core values and your priorities. So like what I always try to do is I'm like, every quarter does my calendar and my daily schedule reflect my core values and my priorities.
That's good.
Because oftentimes there have been many seasons of my life where you look at my calendar and you would not see my faith and family as the top of my priority.
Yeah.
Right. And I knew I needed to step back from work.
Wow.
Right. And in that season, I had to say, okay, I need to set some little firm boundaries.
Yep.
With work. And I need to really focus on where God has me and focus on my true priorities.
Yeah.
And I think oftentimes it's kind of a gut check when you look at your calendar.
Yeah.
And like your hours, we all have the same hours in the day, right? So what am I doing with each hour? How am I living with intentionality? How am I scheduling it? And if you're like me, you're like, I don't want to schedule anything. I hate scheduling. So sometimes I'll just do boxes and I need to accomplish it before I go to bed. But really, if I do that, I'll just go to bed and everything will be done. So I have to put like, okay, at 2:00, I'm going to hang out with Nadine. At 4:00, I'm going to work out. At 6:00, I'm going to do a work email. At 7:30, I'm doing dinner with my family. So it is part of scheduling. But it can be rhythms too. It doesn't have to be so strict.
Yeah, that's
good. It's that gentle rhythms of the soul.
It's really like what I'm kind of hearing is, how do I steward my life well? And how do I steward my life to live the full life that God is wants me to live? It's interesting. Before you put that away, we just did this, and so I want to share mine. So my lowest two, I'm going to just tell you right now. Is leisure and rest. Like everything else got like a 7, an 8, a 9. I did have 110. What?
You're kind of killing it. Yeah.
I was kind of killing it. I know you're not supposed to give yourself a 10, but I did. And I'm a hard grader, but I just feel like God has really blessed me in that area. But my lowest was a 3. And it was leisure and rest. And I'm like, oh, shoot, like maybe this is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And my second lowest was, hold on, where is it? Emotional and mental health. And not that I'm not feeling emotionally or mentally healthy, but I feel like I'm so much more emotional. I don't know if it's perimenopause. I don't know if it's because I don't have leisure and rest, because I have a 1.5-year-old who wakes up at 1:30 and wants to party till like 3:30. And I'm like, kid, I got to sleep. I don't know if it's because I'm super busy and, like there's so much going on, but I was like, wow, if I can be intentional about raising up my leisure and rest, I wonder if that will help with my emotional and mental like health. And, I still gave myself like a 6.57 there, but I'm like, man, that could grow. But I think that might feed the other. So that was really just helpful for me to rank it and go, okay, this is what I need to focus on.
This is my growth area.
Yeah.
I need to focus.
It's my area of opportunity. And then I could celebrate that like I had a 10. And I'm not going to tell you what part that is. But it's pretty awesome to be able to say that and go, okay, like there are some really great things going on. And I think I would have missed that too, because I'm so busy.
Yes. And that's that celebrating, taking time to be like, okay, good job, me. I am owning that. And I'm proud of myself. Yeah. And just remember, sister, no condemnation in Christ. Like when you do this, we had a friend that did this, and she, at one season of her life, she's like, this is so overwhelming. I can't even do that. Remember when she said that? Yeah. And I was like, and now she's like the biggest fan of it ever. She's like, this helped me in that season of, I felt like I was failing in every area. Yeah. And there have been times I've taken this and I have not been above the 7, 8. I mean, like where I'm struggling, right? So just no condemnation, no matter what your grade is or your score. Like this is just a tool. And it's a tool to give a bird's eye view of our life and where we are and where God wants us to go. That's good. That's really great. So ladies, we'll include all these resources and all these tools for you. And we just invite you to just check it out. Like analyze, where are you? And let's live a full balanced life. Let's be intentional about how we're maximizing all the things God is trusting us to steward. And the main thing we are called to steward is us, right? Is the way I use my energy, my time, my talents, all of it. And so I want to invite you to join us in that. So is there anything you want to wrap up with? I don't think so. Okay. Other than the cup, I always think about the cup. Yep. Like, we can only pour deeply into others from a full cup. Yep. So where is your cup? Where do you need to go to get filled? That's good. And what is God calling you to do in the next season? Yeah. Because we are halfway through the year. Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. Yeah. Time flies. So let's maximize it. You are loved, sister. Where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's be intentional about how we steward the rest of our lives. Catch you next time. Bye. Bye.